Alright, I'm going to show you how I sprout the mung beans. It takes a couple of days, so I'll show you over the next couple of vlogs. But these are mung beans. You can sprout anything, I think. I don't know what you put in it.
Wait, you bought those and you don't even know if you can sprout them?
No, you pretty much just put the beans in a bowl with, I don't know, a layer of water on top and let them sit for like maybe 6 hours. So I'm going to leave them on the counter. Alright, so my beans were soaking overnight, and then I just drained out the water, transferred them into this colander. So I'll just leave them sitting in this colander for the next maybe 2 or 3 days, and every few hours, maybe like 3 or 4 times a day, rinse them underwater because you want them to stay a little moist. If you use hot water to rinse them under, they will sprout a lot faster, and depending on the temperature in your place will also change how quickly they sprout. I know when I was living in Oregon and my house was like 40 degrees, I'm not even kidding, it was that cold sometimes, my beans took probably like a week to sprout, or anything took like a week to sprout. But since it's so warm here, I think that these will probably sprout in like 2 or 3 days. So I will show you probably tomorrow what they look like. Alright, so this is day 2 of the sprouting beans. So you can see that most of them have like a tail about, I don't know, 2 to 3 times longer than the bean. So they're definitely ready to eat. You can just eat them raw, you can blanch them, you can put them in a soup. So I actually ended up getting a lot more beans than I needed. So I think what I'm going to do is put some in a soup, make a salad with some, probably freeze a little, and then the rest of them I'm going to keep sprouting and see how they keep going. Alright, I'm going to show you 2 really basic recipes that I do when I have sprouted beans or lentils. So, so I just have my bag of sprouted mung beans over here, and I'm going to make a soup. So I cut up some shallots. It would have been garlic if I had it, but I have shallots right now. I cut up like 1/4 of an onion. It looks like a lot. Oh well, it'll be oniony. And then I have some leftover like chopped up celery here. So I'm just going to saute all of this together in a pot. Alright, so that is just sizzling in there. I'm just going to stir it around so it doesn't burn. Don't touch the side of the pan with your hand. Burn myself. Yeah, and you can use however much like quantities you want. This is probably like 1 rib of celery, 1/4 onion, and 3 shallots, cloves of shallots, but I mean you can modify. You can also add carrots, what else? But I'll show you. So I'm just going to saute that until the celery and onions get a little soft. Alright, the onions and celery are soft now, so I'm going to add this chopped up tomato. It's just 1 whole tomato chopped. And some water, maybe just enough to pretty much cover the tomatoes. You could add vegetable broth or chicken broth or miso paste broth, whatever kind of broth you want to add. Alright, I added a little bit of salt, pepper, and some, it's like a mixed seasoning. It has like paprika and chili powder and stuff like that. I also chopped up some bok choy, so I'm going to put that in. I save the tops, I add those at the end. So I added in the bok choy. If you don't want to do bok choy, I don't have bok choy, you can do cabbage or some sort of other green instead. So now I'm just gonna add my my sprouted beans. I did mung beans. You can do lentils or whatever you want. These are not cooked, by the way. These are just sprouted, but they're still raw. So I just add enough that I can still add some water. So just add enough water you're going to be able to stir it. Alright, that is pretty full. And bring it to a boil. Alright, so I put it on high, just waiting for it to boil. Alright, so once it comes to a boil, I just turn it down to low. It's kind of just to cook the tomatoes and like cook the sprouted beans a little bit. So now I just add the tops of the bok choy, and they'll just wilt from the heat of the soup. They don't really have to be cooked for a long time. So that's it. That's kind of like my simple sprouted bean or sprouted lentil soup recipe. Alright, recipe number 2 is a sprouted bean or lentil salad. I just have the raw sprouted beans on the bottom, and then I added avocado, tomato, and cabbage. You can put whatever veggies you want in here. You can also blanch the sprouts if you want. Sometimes, like for lentils, I'll blanch them because I like them cooked a little bit, but the mung beans actually taste pretty good raw, so I'm just going to leave them raw. And for the dressing for this salad, I'm just going to do lime juice and soy sauce. So I'll just put that on and let it sit in it, and then just it can marinate in it. If I don't finish it all, it's okay. If it just sits in the dressing, it'll just soak up more flavor. Alright, that's it for my recipe or 2 recipes and how to sprout beans or lentils. Let me know if you liked it. I know this is kind of different, something that I haven't posted on this channel before, but let me know if you liked it, and let me know if you try any of these. Alright, bye!